Hey, I want to talk to you for a second about taking imperfect action. It's sort of a buzz phrase that's come up a lot lately. Another one is scrappy is the new perfect. And while I agree with the idea, there are a few things you need to keep in mind when considering whether or not you're actually taking imperfect action or whether you're taking a shortcut. Hey, I am Tracy from Launch Tech Made Easy, and I love to help people talk about all things launching, specifically through my Get Launched Boot Camp. It's a 5-week boot camp that will help you get all of your launch tasks done in just 5 weeks. Now, let's talk about imperfect action. As you can probably hear right now, my imperfect action is that I am recording this video despite the fact that you may hear jets flying overhead. I started the video and the jets started doing their thing, and so I think we're just going to go with it and see what happens. No excuses. I do have my ear pods in, so maybe that'll help with the sound. I was having a conversation with someone lately, and she had hired me to help me go through some of her pieces for her email funnel and her lead gen funnel. And I pointed out to her that there were a few things in her email and in her copy that I thought probably weren't exactly what her avatar was looking for. And she said to me that she was going to take imperfect action and she just wanted to get things out there. Now, normally that would be fine. You do want to just keep moving forward and getting things out there. But in this particular case, the reason there was a problem is because she was spending an inordinate amount of time on the look of her landing pages, her lead magnet, and her website. So she was stressing out and spending a whole bunch of time on trying to figure out the perfect colors, the perfect graphics, the perfect fonts, when in reality what she really needed to be doing was thinking about exactly what her avatar needed, the language they used, and what was actually going to help them. So in her case, the imperfect action that she thought she was taking was to not stress out about the copy. However, what she was really doing was kind of glossing over the parts of her funnel that were actually going to make impact and make a difference for her potential clients, and focusing on things that probably aren't that big of a deal in the long term. So when you're thinking about taking imperfect action, make sure that where you're glossing over things isn't the part of the whole process that's actually the most important. For example, I mentioned the jet noise right now. You might also know my arm is shaking. I probably should have gone inside and gotten my little tripod, but I realized that what I needed to tell you was more important than whether or not my video shakes a little bit. That's my imperfect action. So in your business, particularly when you're first starting out, I encourage you to really think about the things that are going to move the needle for the people that you most want to help. What is going to solve their problem or relieve their pain? That's where you need to spend your time, not on figuring out what color the button on your landing page needs to be. There's a difference. Imperfect action means moving forward, and we do want to keep moving forward, but we also want to make sure that we're really in tune to the things that are going to move the needle and the things that are important to the people that we are trying to reach. Another example of when you should take imperfect action is when it comes to something like your website. You do not need a really beautiful website when you're first starting out your business, yet that's where a lot of people spend so much of their time. What you need is a list. You need an email service, a landing page, and a lead magnet or a freebie. So take the imperfect action of going ahead and getting it out there. Get that lead magnet done. Get that freebie created. It doesn't have to be perfect, and it shouldn't be perfect. You want to test out your ideas. You want to create something that is a really quick thing for you to create and really quick for your ideal customer or your ideal client to consume. A 40-page ebook that's going to take you a few weeks to put together and then maybe another week to get designed and then is going to take your client several weeks to consume, that is not a great lead magnet or a great freebie. Instead, take the imperfect action of putting together something quick, a checklist, a report, a 1-page PDF that gives them the summary, the nuts and bolts, the nitty-gritty of what you want to tell them, and see if they want it. There's your imperfect action. And put it out there, and if people really love it and they feel like it needs to be more, you can always expand upon it. You can you can give them more information in the follow-up email sequence. But if you spend all of your time just spinning your wheels and wanting that lead magnet to be perfect, there's a very good chance that that first lead magnet you put out there may not even be something that people want. And so then you've spent all this time and money creating something that isn't actually even going to be worthwhile to them. Move forward. Take imperfect action. Scrappy is the new perfect, but know when you're taking imperfect action and when you're moving forward for the sake of moving your business forward, and when you're using the idea of using imperfect action to procrastinate or focus on the wrong things. I'm Tracy from Launch Tech Made Easy, and I'm happy to help you with any of your launch-related tasks, questions, or projects. You can find me at tracy@launchtechmadeeasy.com.